In this video we're going to compare different sorts of astronomical mounts. First we have you, and you could be holding a pair of binoculars, an OTA or a camera. Next we have the ball head or AZ control mount. These often come with levers or twist grips for finer control of the AZ for horizontal and Alt for vertical movement. Note, these mounts are not suitable for taking images in excess of 30 seconds. The Dobsonian AZ mount was designed in 1965 by John Dobson as a do-it-yourself project for large OTAs. The Dobsonian is particularly good for naked eye observation of deep space objects, but it's not suitable for taking images again over 30 seconds. The first powered mount we're looking at is the GoTo AZ. This is usually controlled by a handheld controller or a wireless app from your phone or computer. It can be used as part of a smart telescope, but again it can't be used for long exposures unless it's adapted with a EQ wedge. So far we've only looked at AZ mounts, but what is AZ? Latitude is the vertical measure 0 to 90 degrees, while azimuth is a measure in degrees 0 to 360 clockwise from the north. Together it can be used as coordinates for an object in the sky from your location. I like to think of Alt-AZ as being coordinates on a flat map compared to DEC and RA being coordinates on the inside of a globe. When we use planetarium software in a later video, we'll be able to compare Alt-Z with DEC and RA better.
An equatorial or German equatorial mount differs from an AZ mount, because once the declination is set on an object, the mount only moves in the right ascension direction, instead of both alt and azimuth. This makes for much smoother tracking, enabling longer photograph exposures. To understand EQ, I like to imagine I am underneath the north celestial pole with my telescope pointing vertically at the stars. I would see they made perfect circles as they stayed at the same RA. Now I move south, but I keep my telescope pointing vertical, minus my latitude position. The stars continue to make perfect circles, but some now disappear and reappear over the horizon. As we saw, an EQ wedge can be used to modify an AZ mount. You set the wedge angle to be 90 degrees, minus your latitude position. A power-driven mount moves with the rotation of the sky. This is called sidereal. There's some new kids on the block, which are not mounts, but complete astrophotography telescopes. I've included them in this section just to make you aware that this hobby is developing fast and in different directions. I've called them off-the-shelf smart telescopes, which are ready to go just as soon as you've installed an app on your phone and put it under a clear night sky. I don't think a user will care if they are AZ or EQ, but just how good the results are. We can now add choosing the right mount to our list of challenges. The next video will ask you to identify the challenges your environment will have.